What's going on, guys? SethHami John here, and welcome back to another video on Modern Warfare Remastered. Don't know what kind of face that was, but I'm sure you guys loved it. So today I'm going to talk about a story that I'm sure you guys are waiting for because you've seen the title of this video. The time I almost died or some shit like that. So obviously it was just kind of a normal day. I, played some video games and I went over to my girlfriend's house, right? At that time, I was only allowed to be over at her house to a certain amount of time because, I have school and shit to get to. So I have to be home at around 11 o'clock or some shit like that. And she lives, like, a good 30 minutes away from where I live. So anyway, I hang out, and then we hang out maybe a little bit too long because by the time we know it, it's like 10:50 or some shit like that. So I hurry up and stand up, grab my keys, and rush out the door. Like, I was straight Usain Bolt up in this bitch. So I get in my car, and I just slam on the gas. And at her house, like, at the end of her street, she has this light where you can't turn right when the light is red. So you have to sit there and wait. And normally it takes like an hour and a half for this light to turn green. So I didn't have time for this shit. I just stopped for a second, looked to see if anyone was around, and I bolted. Thank God there was no cops. I'd be pulled over right then and there. So anyway, I turn on these back roads that is like the quickest way from my house to her house, right? So I'm rushing to get home so my dad doesn't yell at me because I'm this good little boy and I do not like being yelled at. That shit freaks me out. I'm not into it. I come up on this sharp turn and it's like you have to be going like 15 miles an hour. There's like a sign that says you have to be going 15 miles an hour on this little turn right here. And I am going almost triple, quadruple that. So being the dumbass that I am, I only slow down like a little bit to like double speed when I should be going literally the speed limit, or else it gets bad. It really gets bad. So I end up going 30 around this tight ass turn, right? And let me remind you, on back roads, there is either woods or woods on either side of you. And it's kind of like on this hill, so on the left side is like this steep hill. If you go down, you're fucked. So as you can imagine, I was on this turn, and then I hit like the slightest bump. Everything was going pretty decently. I was kind of drifting just a little bit. But I hit this tiny bump. And as soon as I hit that, like, my car just almost had like a straight aneurysm because it popped up and it had me going towards like the left side. So I kind of like try to straighten myself out on the right side. And then all of a sudden I start like looking at the right side with the rest of the woods, like this hill, this just dirt hill. And then I adjust myself again to go left, and then I start going left again towards the fucking steep-ass hill, and then it's almost like a back and forth until I finish with the turn, and I swear on my life, I was this close to losing control and just going way off that fucking hill and straight demolishing my car and maybe even my whole fucking body. I will always describe that as the day I swear I almost died. It was probably one of the scariest things I've ever been. I've only had my license for like so amount of time at this point. But I shit you not, as I was cruising after I just almost died, I slightly put my hand on the dash just for a second, and I said, thank you. So lesson learned. Even if you're scared of your parents or guardian tearing your ass out for being late, just go the speed limit. Learn from me. I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here, and like if you enjoyed the story of me almost dying. I'm pretty sure I was going to die. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you.